starting this hour in the latest development following the terrorist attack that killed 26 tourists in Pahalgam, India. The Indian Union Home Minister Amit Shah will chair a crucial meeting regarding the Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan. The discussion will focus on the technical aspects of implementing the recently suspended treaty. Pakistan has threatened that any attempt to divert water from the Indus rivers will be seen as an act of war. In a strong response, houses of the two local terrorists, Adil, Thokar and Asif Shaikh, who were involved in the attack, have been demolished. A valley-wide crackdown on terrorists has begun, with an encounter taking place in Awantipora. According to sources, top Lashkar-e-Taiba commander Atlaf Lali was killed in the encounter. Lali held a senior leadership position within LET, making him a high-value target for the forces. Sources also claim that heavy cross-border shelling and firing took place along the line of control. Reportedly, at least 4 Pakistani soldiers were killed in Lipa Valley of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in the retaliatory action of the Indian Army. In a related development, Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi has arrived in Srinagar today to review the security situation. Meanwhile, Pakistan has increased the deployment of its army on the international border and the line of control. It has also increased the number of soldiers on the border adjoining Jammu and Kashmir. Well, joining us live is Brian Thomas, a correspondent with NewsX and NewsX World, who is joining us from Srinagar. Brian, thank you very much for being here with us. What can you tell us about the place where you're joining us from?
Well, I'm joining from Bijbehara here. You can see these visuals also, where a house of a militant called Adil Thokar, who is a suspected Lashkar-e-Taiba operative in Bijbehara, have been blown up using explosives, and apparently his alleged involvement also surfaced in connection with the Pahalgam terror attack, and this also comes hours after the residence of another key LET terrorist, Asif Shaikh alias Asif Fauji, was demolished in Tral and also in South Kashmir. He is also believed to be one of the main conspirators behind the deadly Pahalgam attack that led several injured, and once his involvement was confirmed through initial leads. But yes, definitely you can see the remains of the house, and this shows these visuals also of how this entire place, this entire house looks and remains after the possible raise that happened in this very location. Yes.
Brian, given the fact that tensions are escalating between India and Pakistan, what is the consensus for people on the ground who are closer to the border in Jammu and Kashmir? Can you tell us about some sentiments that you've heard from locals?
Well, definitely the locals were clearly saying that yes, the tourism is clearly affected, and it has been a big hit for the tourism itself, and they had the entire locals of Kashmir are coming and condemning this barbaric attack that had happened. But yes, definitely Indian Army has become very vigilant, and they are doing everything they can in their possibility to eliminate the terrorists, because the Prime Minister himself, said that he would track, they will identify and eliminate the terror groups also that was behind the barbaric Pahalgam that had happened. Yes.
Yes, Brian, absolutely. I want to finish off by speaking to you about the Indus Water Treaty. Of course, this meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah is expected to take place later today. What more can you tell us about this treaty?
Well, definitely, the treaty, the Indus Water Treaty was suspended by India, and it was one of the major 5 key concerns also that India flagged at one point of time. But just yesterday in a high-level meeting that happened and said, yes, the SARC visa would be, nullified. Pakistani nationals staying in India would have to return in 2 days, 48 hours. And yes, a high-level meeting is going to be scheduled by Amit Shah today. That is importantly going to happen in a while now. Yes.
Brian Thomas, thank you very much for joining us.